Howdy viewers, Arthmael here, finally returning with a new Diablo 3 video. Had a bit of a hiatus, a few of life's curveballs thrown at me, but now I'm back into some gaming finally and really looking forward to getting a few videos out there for you guys to see. So to start with, I'm actually going to do a retake on my Ice Witch Doctor or my Chilling Witch Doctor, and I'm doing a Wall of Frozen Death sort of thing. Basically I'm using the Helltooth set, the revised one, and taking advantage of some of the legendary items and legendary gems that sort of go along with that. So we'll just have a look at some of the gear that I'm running at the moment. So I'm running the Helltooth set via the mantle, which is the shoulder piece, the helm, the chest piece, the pants and the boots. With that, I'm also using combination the Scrimshaw, which now has a legendary proc of reducing the mana cost of Zombie Charger by up to 50%, I think it is, and I've got the 50%, which is great. Also has an increased Zombie Charge damage by 61% on this particular roll as well. In combination with the Frostband gloves, so we're getting some more cold damage and chance to freeze. Reason I'm doing that is because I'm actually also utilizing Rhymeheart as the weapon, so it has a 10% chance on hit to instantly deal 10,000% weapon damage as cold to enemies that are frozen. So the combination of my gear is to try and get the advantage of that freezing and cold skills. I've teamed it up with the S of Johan amulet, and that's so we can just suck people in and sort of group them together to do trap damage, I suppose. The new braces, Duram's braces, which increases the wall of death damage and allows you to cast it up to 3 times. The rings, I'm actually using focus and restraint, trying to get the constant 100% increased damage that I can. A little bit hard to do sometimes with this set, particularly because it's triggered by a hit. You've actually got to hit something to actually get the 50% increase, but it seems to work quite well. I need to find a new mojo, but at the moment I'm just running my Zunimasas. Seems to have the most damage, and unfortunately it's still got Fetish Army damage, but until I find a new one, this seems to hold itself pretty well. Still sticking with the traditional witching hour for the belt, just because of the increased critical hit damage, and it actually seems to be one of the better belts that I've found so far. As I mentioned before, the Kanai's powers that we've extracted are Rhymeheart for the weapon, so the 10% chance on hit to deal 10,000% weapon damage. The armor, we're running the Grim Reaper helm, so we have the additional copies of ourselves that is throwing out all the skills. And for the jewelry, we've got the Ring of Royal Grandeur, so that we can keep up the Helltooth set bonus. So the set bonus is all triggered around acid cloud, zombie charges, all those sorts of things are all doing the increased damage. So you'll see as I go along, and we'll go through the skill shortly, just how it all works together. Having a look at the skills, so we're running Corpse Spiders, Medusa Spiders, so this is starting with our cold, and also keeping people slowed and triggering the effects of our legendary gems, which I'll go back to shortly. Zombie Charger Pile On, so this is the most damage you can get from a zombie charge that I've found anyway, and I find this works quite well, particularly with your mimics because they're casting them too. Wall of Death, so we're using Communing Spirits, the cold skill, so this creates a circle for 6 seconds that deals 100% weapon damage. It's cold, chills nearby enemies and reduces the damage dealt by them. Spirit Walk, which is sort of a staple for most Witch Doctor builds. Summon zombie dogs, so chill to the bone. So we've got our dogs out there, they're actually slowing things down as well as increasing damage from all sources on things they hit. And just in the background running Acid Cloud, so this is mainly for my mimics to cast. I don't actually cast this one, I just have it on the skill bar so that the mimics are actually casting it for me. Passive skills, we're running with Confidence Ritual, so 25% additional damage to enemies within 20 yards. Swampland Attunement, so we can keep up our resistances and also hopefully our survivability, of course. Pierce the Veil, so we can increase our damage. We're not really worried about our mana cost. You'll see that our mana is pretty much totally full all the time. and then Grave Injustice to reduce our cooldowns as well as give us extra life and mana. The cooldown reduction is mainly so that I can continue to spam the Wall of Death skill, so that you'll see it dotted around the ground quite a lot. Just going back to the legendary gems, so I'm running the Ice Blink gem, so your cold skills now apply chill effects, and your chill effects slow enemies, and then at rank 30 you gain 10% increased critical hit chance against chilled and frozen enemies. For some life or survivability, using historic alterations, we're getting the physical non-physical damage reduction. And for the actual third gem, we're using Bane of the Trap, so increasing our damage against slowed or our enemies under the effects of control impairing effects. Paragon pretty much are all spread out. I'm at 732 at the moment, so we've gone for total max in movement speed because we like to be able to get around, and then the rest into intelligence as part of our core ones. Offense, we've gone for critical hit damage, chance, cooldown reduction, and then attack speed. For defense, we've gone for life, resist all armor, and then life regen. And then for utility, we're going with area damage, resource cost reduction, and life on hits. So we'll have a quick look at how it runs through Rift and how the build goes. It's quite erratic gameplay. You'll see me sort of jumping around quite a bit, casting things, trying to keep my 100% up with the focus and restraint by casting the spiders as well as the zombie charges and that sort of thing. But we'll see how we go. We're doing on Torment 9. I can do Torment 10, although it does take me a lot longer, and I find that I do have a few situations where I'm not as I don't last as long as what I probably should do. So we'll try it, see how we go. This is on Torment 9, just to give you an idea of how the build and everything works. So we'll chuck down our Wall of Death, we'll cast a few things, and we've got quite a few groups around, so this could make it quite interesting to start with. Just stay back out of the way of some of that stuff. But pretty much everything dies. You just keep it all trapped and stuck in the middle. Cast your Wall of Death, which is the circle you see on the ground, and then everything in between that sort of doesn't last forever. As you can see, it's quite effective sometimes. It's probably not as effective as some of the other ones, but I like this particular build and I like to try out something different every time. So you can see my mimics are also being triggered quite a bit too, so they're helping out with casting the skills and keeping things going for me. I'll try back over this way, see what I got. So it's hard to tell when the actual 10% chance of doing 10,000% damage is actually working, but I know that we're getting in a few good hits here every now and then, so I'll head back up to the top side of the map here. We're at probably just under halfway, so we're not doing too bad already. We've some pretty good density so far. Shield shrines, we'll grab that. And some more elites, which is good, but we've got the shield shrine on. Let's go and see who else is around. Okay, it's more or less. I see the actual top there from my amulet sort of sucking everyone in and putting it all together for us. And I think that might be a dead end this way. Yep. So I'll head back this way and see if we can find this Rift Guardian as quickly as we can. It's unusual to see, well, from my previous builds, like having a Witch Doctor that actually doesn't have a single fetish following them. Normally in my previous videos, if you've seen them, it's pretty much just all about the fetish damage, whether it be poison darts or just having a fetish army that follows you around and does all the damage. So it's unusual just to see me as a single little Witch Doctor running around doing all this. Wait for you, we're going to find another big group soon. Also, casting your Wall of Death, like if you were to cast it in multiple spots, it actually stacks, so you've got that opportunity to do some really increased damage. With your Witch Doctor. And I think we might need to head to level 2. Ugh, don't like this map. This is one of the worst maps to get. Not too bad, I suppose, for just a normal rift, but in greater rifts they're a real pain. And I always find that they have the least density out of all the monsters that you do when you go through a rift, so... Come on, where is everybody? Fortune Shrine, that'll come in handy. Right. So I'm also eager to try and check out the new patch stuff, because patch 2.4 is coming, which they discussed at BlizzCon, and I believe it's up on the PTR, but I just haven't had the opportunity to get onto the PTR yet, so I actually haven't had the opportunity to play the PC as much as what I'd hoped recently, so this video. Had some good comments about some of my other stuff, which is really nice. I'm going to try and update some of those videos, obviously, since finding Kanai's cube, it's going to make a bit of a change to some of my previous builds that I've tried out, so I'll be giving that a crack. I've also got a Crusader that's participating in Season 3, is it at the moment? I can't remember, I think it's Season 3. Season 3 or Season 4. Whatever, it's participating in seasons at the moment, so I'll probably try and do a little video on how he's been progressing as well. And we've got the Rift Guardian. And not too bad a Rift Guardian either, it could have been worse. Tradition seems to be one of the hardest ones for this particular build at the moment, but as you can see, this guy hasn't lasted long at all. And that's the build. So that's my Witch Doctor, or Chilling Death, or Chilling Wall of Death. Witch Doctor, she looks pretty cool. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm hoping to have some more coming up soon. I have actually got some more life curveballs coming, but between those I'm going to try and bring out as many more videos as I can. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and got a few pointers, and catch you next time.